Anyway, what's going on? Welcome back to Kamisha Reviews. Love and Marriage DC episode 2 came on last night, and I don't know where everybody else is at. Hold on, I'm reading this private chat at the same time. Where is everybody? I'm about to check you my live. Okay. Let me just go ahead and bring everybody else so I can say what I gotta say. Okay. First of all, let me check you real quick, Mod. Okay, I hate to live, but it's
I
the
listen to my little
place.
podcast. I'm a little show review. Oh shit,
Ma'am,
I'm not on it.
ma'am, let me tell you something.
Hi, Kamisha.
Going forward, okay? I'm done with that. All right, Haley.
Hi y'all.
Hey.
Hey, Queen of Miss Mod Mama.
I
Hello
told you I was
there.
gonna be on time. I told you I was gonna be on time.
I see that. Good job,
You
lady.
would. You would. Can you hear me? Good, everything? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
You keep breaking though from my end.
Okay. Really? Alicia, am I breaking up on your end too?
No, but
No, that's better.
you did
That
say
sounds
Love and
good.
Marriage DC episode 2 instead of Detroit.
Oh my God. Wait, the title right though. Okay, thank God. Love and Marriage. Did I say DC? Girl, whatever.
Yeah.
Love and Marriage Detroit. I am so sorry. Everything is up here. I didn't even talk about DC in a months. I don't know why I even said the name. My bad, job. Y'all watch it. You don't be mad. Hey, Dina. So Love and Marriage Detroit, season 1, episode 2, recap by the review panel. I apologize again for messing that up. But anyway, to keep on going, that's my hand shaking there. I'm doing a lot. It's been a crazy couple of days. So I want you to give a recap. It's been a while since I got your recap. I am excited about this because you have done one in forever. So can you please give me a quick recap, please?
Who, me?
Lee. The mod ain't gonna
Oh,
do
Yeah,
that.
of course. Yeah.
So basically it spills over from the last episode of him not telling her about the new artist, and we also get into whatchamacallit, why her level of I don't want to call it insecurities, but why her level of perhaps trust with him is not the strongest when it comes down to female artists, or him signing female artists. Okay, so that was the first part. He keep lying to her because he was in the club, and he told her that he was at church, which I felt that she was gullible, because I don't know what church she was going to, that had twerk music in the back, because they was twerking in the video. Like, I didn't get that. Dr. Thomas had the sipping chat wine thing, and was able to get her wine opulence out there. So that was dope. And it was they moved into penthouse. This ain't in order either. They moved into their little new house in Detroit. And then what's his name? Russell want to be a minister or a pastor or whatever it is. And he went behind what's her name's back and talked to her daddy, who, from what I gathered, must be or was a pastor. And she don't want her kids to grow up the way that she grew up, which is probably sheltered. And then it goes into the next episode. Well, what's his name? The one who I always keep telling. Because when they was at the little wine thing, he was like, "Yeah, we was just in the club yesterday or the other day talking about it." Anthony. He ended up getting into it with old girl's friend who was just sitting at the table. So that's the one single friend, because you see each series has one single friend. DC was Winter. I don't know who
they got time. Yeah,
but
yeah.
but anyways, we'll get into that. So he get into it with her at the table, and then on the scene for the next episode, he crying.
Girl,
That's
okay.
That's the episode.
So the beginning of the episode, we kind of they was still marriage is hard.
Yeah, you cutting in and out now. Now I can hear it.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, hold on. I don't know what's. Can you hear me
I don't
now?
know if you want your, yeah, that's better. Whatever, stay right there.
Okay. Okay. I cannot stay. Oh, I hate doing stuff over here. Anyway, so what I was gonna say was, welcome Goody to the stage. She said she just I just got her up here. So, as you can see with the two of them, I say marriage is hard. Marriage is hard, and the fact of the matter is, she got really messed up when Kobe said what she said about the new artist. My thing is, Brandon put himself in that position. I feel like now Kobe saying it. I don't think she was a mean girl. She was just saying it. She didn't know it was a secret. She thought it was regular, regular. She shouldn't have said it either because it was nobody's business. But Russell shouldn't have said it. And Brandon should have stood his ground and should have told his wife what it was. That it's business. That it's not just dramatic. Where you gotta get so upset it's gonna ruin a whole entire anniversary dinner. Hey Goody, how you doing? You watching the show?
I have watched the first two episodes this morning. What
Okay.
is this that we looking at with the misogyny and the disillusion? Will come back to me when you come back to me. You know,
Yeah.
my
Okay.
thoughts. My thoughts. Brandon put himself in that predicament, and blaming anyone outside of himself is a lack of accountability.
Mm.
I feel like Christina is her name.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When Brandon was explaining, I actually thought that they really had some sexual kind of a situation with an artist. No, it wasn't. It was emotional. It was like he was giving it all over there and just giving very little on this end. And I'm like, Christina, you're gonna have to decide exactly what it is that you want. We cannot keep going with this kind of energy and going back over and over. And that's why he keeps lying, because he's afraid. If I tell my wife that I'm in the same club that I was doing whatever I was doing, that's gonna be a problem. So the dude is finding himself not really being truthful or giving the wife the truth, the correct and the truthful answers, just because he doesn't want to hurt her feelings.
He doesn't want to deal with the ramifications of
Right.
whatever actions he has
Yeah.
going. And I get that. Honest, I get that. But in my eyes, an adult has to navigate the terrain regardless of what the
Hundred
ramifications
percent. Because now this is
are.
the narrative I'm seeing. This is the narrative I'm seeing. Even in this part, which I thought was funny, when she asked him because he said she's also swagger jacking your stuff. Brandon brought that part up to
To
Christina to say
cause,
that Kobe is her mentee and they're both influencers, and so he's already
you
putting
wanted to cause dissension.
he's putting his bug. Yes, he's putting his bug. Excuse me. He put his bug in her ear to say, "Oh, you better watch out because she's trying to take your stuff, your swag, because you pissed off because you thought she's a mean girl because she told your tea." I don't agree with that part, even though it was funny when they made fun
I
of him.
think
But
I think that's a dangerous. It's an easy game to play with women, especially when you have a woman who you're making insecure in different ways. So he knows which insecurities to play on.
mhm.
And all influencers want their content to be fresh and new, and they definitely don't want to be swagger jacked. So his timing for saying that, if he's not sorry, he's not smart, in my opinion. If he really wanted to cause dissension, he would have held on to that for a second and then kind of eased it in. But the desire to do that is even whack. It's whack. Why are you doing this, sir? Just tell your wife the truth. I am a man in the music industry. I need to be in the club at times. I'm going to be in the studio. I'm going to be with artists. That's just that's the nature of this beast that you're in. Period.
Okay.
If you don't like it, fine. But to continuously keep lying to her is to continue to give her the insecurity that doesn't let her trust you. Now it's a revolving door of dysfunction.
It is. It is.
And very draining.
Well, you said very what
And draining for him.
for okay? Because the thing about it, people are like, even when she got up that morning, because when they when they got up that morning, she was still concerned about it. And even to I even go to the point the way Anthony is kind of talking to the women. I'm gonna tell you something. I know you are excuse me, my third country. You're a friend of my husband, but the way you be coming to me, baby, you're not gonna do that. You talk to your wife like that, but you ain't gonna come to me like that because you're not happy the way Brandon is being treated or whatever in situation. Like I didn't like some of that. I feel like the men you need to handle your women, that's fine, your wife, whatever you want to do, but don't be handling nobody else's woman. It's gonna become a problem. Nobody would like that. He been doing every pack of episodes. He even
So
got the
Anthony's interesting to me because it 100% feels like Anthony is not the one who wears the pants in his family. So he starts this man club so that he can grab some masculinity back. His wife seems to look at him and let him play his game so she can make her money. It's weird for him to try to handle Christina and to be so invested in another couple's relationship.
Yep, I agree.
Like, dude, you couldn't even work your job that you wanted to do without being beckoned home. You're not that guy.
okay. So I understand what you're saying. He's not that guy. But I do hate just to see. Hey, baby, I do feel like that he has control in his household. I disagree with that. I disagree, but I do feel like that he is doing too much. Like I said before, and interfering with other relationships. Like you said, his wife wanted him to come back to the crib, and he did. He's salty about it to this day. You can tell. Okay, I feel like that. Brandon's wife, I love seeing about. Like I don't know. They were doing it for 3 years, and on Instagram, it just his emotional effect that he had because when the way he described it, he had one foot out the door and was telling this woman everything, and her his wife happened to find it. Even
Dragging his
Anthony
wife.
said, "Tell his wife
It's,
it'll be a." Everybody said the same thing. If it was my wife, it would be done. There's no way she would have taken me back if I had done all of that. You see what I'm saying? So that emotional relationship, emotional affair is worse than a physical. Women, they cannot go back. They don't go back to a man with physical opposed to one who did an emotional one. So Brandon really messed up. There's no telling what the message said. For you to say I'm not happy with a woman is like the kiss of death. You never say that. So to me, I just feel like yes, she's triggered. And Lee says yes, she needs to make a decision because she's got one foot out too the way she's acting. I don't know what to do. So you see the next preview where it's coming up. I think it was it Lee who said that? Kid Batiste said it that she didn't feel like that the relationship's gonna last. And you see this next preview, the man talking about he gone from the marriage. So I don't know. What do y'all think of that? Hello?
One more time. Sorry, one more time. I was getting some wine.
No, I'm
Um,
just pretty much saying that it was last. Go ahead, Maj.
no, I did not get the question from your end.
Because I said the last time when Kid My Chief spoke about them, they said that the marriage wasn't going to make it. We see on the next preview that they're pretty
Yep.
much saying they're separated. So it's like,
Yeah.
the emotional
But you
affair
know
has
what?
triggered them.
In that instance, he ain't got nobody he has nobody but himself to blame. Because if he would have just been like, "Hey, I'm out with the fellas," it seems that all of the guys that he went out with, they all married. So it ain't like
Mm-hmm.
you out with you ain't. It's like it's not you're not out with your single friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have married people or people in relationship, they got single friends. So if you was out with your single friends, well, I'm not justifying for anybody to be lying, but
But but
it was
Fee, I think it wasn't even about them. It's about the guy. What's his name? Blake, the owner of
Bravo.
the club. Yes,
Bravo,
yes,
yes.
yes. I think that's a guy. That's a problem because even when he said something,
But why
he
is he
was
a problem though? I'm confused. Why is
Mm.
he a problem? He's doing his job.
because he's cheat. Because I think the affair, whatever that was going on in his club. Yeah,
Again, I still don't see what problem
Well,
lies
well,
with
first of
him.
all, he Brandon had already said that well, I guess it was emotional cheating if that's what we want to call
yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
um if he can't emotional cheat in the club. He said that he was saying that these were text messages. She
Right.
found the text messages,
Yeah.
and
Right.
I don't want to call it emotional cheat. Well, I can understand how she could feel that it was emotional cheating, but I'm just venting. I can't vent to people that are married that are, that may be going through the same things because we're going through the same thing. I'm going to vent to somebody that's single that ain't going through the same shit so I can get a different insight on how to handle a certain situation.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm.
can I say that I think the way they told the story is very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't believe that she found the text messages. It sounds to me like the chick sent her the information.
Or the screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
You
Hello,
think
Barbara.
so?
This is Shirley.
It
Because
sounds
she
like
asked for it. Because she asked for it.
she may have asked
I
for
thought the
it,
same
but it
thing.
seems
I
that the
thought the
woman.
same
It wasn't
thing.
just. It doesn't sound like it was just him telling the woman his business. It
But
sounded
what?
like
But
they
Goody,
were
whatever it
emotionally
is. But
invested in each other to the
whatever
point
it is,
whereby the
Goody.
woman felt empowered to pull in Ariane Curry.
Right. But whatever it is,
It's not
it's just
Ariane.
draining.
Can you
It's
hear me?
draining. It's huh?
Can y'all hear
Yeah.
me, guys?
Yeah.
What did you say?
You're saying it's draining.
It is
What I'm
draining. It's
saying
draining
is
for
Can y'all
Brandon.
hear me?
she didn't check. Yeah, we can hear you. She didn't check his phone. She went to her laptop. She didn't go to his laptop.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh,
Yeah, we
yeah, we
can hear
can
you,
hear you.
Kamisha. She didn't go to his
Erica?
I mean, the
laptop.
Can
man
y'all hear me?
cannot. We cannot have a
Yeah, we can hear
conversation
you. You can hear us.
without you calling and FaceTiming and checking on him. I mean, how long is that gonna go on? How
Well, this is
long?
the thing, Mod. It can't go on. It's not sustainable.
No, it's
Not.
not. It's
And
not.
but I'm never going to be unfair to a woman about why she does the things she does.
I am
When
not saying it's
her man,
unfair. I'm saying it's just not. It's not healthy for
when
her.
her
It's not
man
healthy for him.
interjects,
Can y'all hear me?
We
yeah,
can
we
hear
can hear
you.
you before.
Yeah.
When a man makes his wife, when a husband makes his wife feel unsure of
Can
their
you hear me?
Oh my gosh, Kamisha.
Kamisha, now you and Ma
Jesus.
didn't switch. Y'all didn't switch to Fisher Price microphones. Listen, we can hear you.
Oh, this is crazy. I am not. Well, I'm not at home, so I'm using so this internet, and this internet is trash. So that's why it is what it is. For my this is regular degular. Uh, Erica, somebody mess, somebody message Erica and tell her to come back. The internet of his trip. I keep adding her, but keeps popping her back out. I don't even know what that was.
Okay,
So
I'm
somebody
gonna.
please message, let her
Yeah,
know that
I'm
she was
gonna.
here. Trying to message. Okay, so what was the last thing that was says? I'm so sorry, I kind of jumped in. So y'all forgive me and thank you for holding it down. What was the
Mod was
what was
saying
going on?
that Mod was saying it's not sustainable for Christina to continuously be paging and calling and checking in on Brandon. That's not sustainable. That's unhappy, and like Mod has been saying, it's draining. But what I'm saying is, if she's not ready to leave her marriage, there's an insecurity and a lack of confidence in her husband being forthright and honest with her. She's
Okay.
going to call 1,000,001 times.
Mm-hmm.
It's his job to reignite the confidence she had that let her marry him. But I know people fall in love quick and everything, but when you
Mm-hmm.
marry somebody after 6 months, you don't get to dig into their bag of tricks and see what their triggers are. Again, she's also a preacher's child.
They're all PK. Let's get into the whole meeting in the club. When Brandon was there, the way he was acting, to me, like all of them men actually, I thought it was very innocent. Even when the girl was shaking her butt, that was the most innocent thing I've ever seen with the club where men are in it and their wives not there. I didn't see anything that anybody did in that moment that anything wrong. This man was so scared to look at a
That's
booty
what I
jiggling by
mean.
him.
Yeah,
He put his
yeah,
hand up to the side and
That's
nobody
because
was
you
doing that. But
can't
you look,
control.
look right here. You see Brandon. There's booty right there. He has his hand up, like I don't even want to look, and she's nowhere near. The thing about it for a spouse or a boyfriend or whatever, it's what your man do when you're not around.
He's
So look at
scared.
his actions. Look at his
He's
actions.
scared.
Welcome, Erica. Welcome, Erica.
He is frightened. And I don't like that. I don't want a man who's so scared of
yeah,
my reaction that he's going to start lying to me and start acting like a adolescent teen in public. That's not
yeah.
to me.
None of
Like,
It's not healthy.
I
But
don't
it's not
want my
healthy.
man to be the man. I don't want people to make fun of my man, saying he
Mhm.
can't go out because of me.
I
Yeah.
get you. Same with me. I feel the same way. Erica,
Mhm.
can you hear me, baby?
Yes, I can. And my apologies. I'm also out of town and I'm at the Renaissance Marriott, and yeah, their Wi-Fi is garbage. But
Girl, I'm
yeah,
on the
and
we're in the same boat, y'all. Go ahead, mama.
exactly.
Jump in.
But yeah, this scene. Okay, so one thing I was confused by was when he was lying and like, "Oh, we're at church." I'm like, I thought it was a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can hear the booty music in the background. You know they're not at church, girl. Like they're not
Not the
doing.
booty music.
Like the boys are meeting in church. Like it didn't even make sense. So I was like,
Right.
I just thought she was like, "Hey, Faith," like just being funny. Like, does he go to church like that? Like, why would you even think that? It was
It didn't make any sense. It did not make any sense. I'm agreeing with you. Like I didn't understand any of that. So the him lying, I don't even get the purpose of it. The whole lying with Gone Switch in the first place, and just got in trouble. So I feel like he wants to move like other guys do, Brandon, but at the same time, because of what happened with the last person, he they haven't dealt with it. The two of me have not dealt with the emotional affair, in my opinion. Neither one of them. That's why he's
I
lying. He's upset.
I'd be curious to know what restrictions he has on her as it relates to her moving about and going
He
out.
doesn't have any.
You
I was about to
think?
say the same.
I don't
I
think
think
he
he
does.
doesn't need any because he knows he's going to leave her in the house with the children for X amount of hours. And she can't do
It's
anything.
a kind of a job that she has. You know, her job doesn't require anybody going to the studio or doing anything, you know. So
But being an influencer requires a lot. Let me ask you guys a question about Anthony and his wife. They were talking about the wine thing, wine thing, and he said he didn't want to invite anybody ugly there. He wanted to have all that. I was like, was he being
I
serious
find
about that?
Anthony to be ugly.
Oh, well, first of all, I wasn't ready for
what
that
did you
one.
say? What did she say?
Y'all think that Anthony is attractive enough to be turning people away at the door?
Who?
Anthony, you think he's attractive enough to be that guy telling
Oh,
people that
he's my dude. Yeah. Oh, I like everything about their marriage. You know.
you like his
okay.
face?
I do
She said he's
like
ugly.
I like Anthony, but I do feel like basically he's a bitter Betty. So the same way Christina won't let go of this past emotional affair or whatever, he's not going to let go of the fact that he had to come back to Detroit when he was in Atlanta. So now he's taking it out on all the women, everybody he
He's
knows. He's
gonna put his
starting
foot
movements.
down. Like,
He's really mad because he's backing her in her wine. And when he wanted to, pursue his career, she didn't back him up. And
That's a good
and
point.
he's not going to let go of it. He came back to Detroit. He's trying to play like he's happy in Detroit, but it's like
I
it
feel like
seems like he's holding on to it.
he needed to have negotiated something better because the opportunity he's saying that he gave up is a big opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I think he should have negotiated on his professional side and on his personal side. His wife saying, "If you don't come home, um, if you don't
The
come,
marriage is over.
marriage is over." No, you're not going to be a terrorist like that to me in my marriage. Not. I'll be home
Wow.
every other week. And we can figure out getting help for you when
Yes,
I'm not
baby.
home. Or when I am home in that week, I will do enough meal prep and things of that nature. Shout out to Martel. I will do enough meal prep and things of that nature to ease the load of when I'm not home. You absolutely will not cheat me out of professional gains. Absolutely not.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I
because I
want to
don't
talk
know
about
what he's doing now. I don't know what his career is right now in Detroit. What is he doing?
briefly about the girls talking about the accountability of blurting out the information about the artist. I did like
The
that
girl,
part. When
who, the single
Kobe,
girl?
Kobe,
Oh,
no, Kobe and Christina got together just to discuss her blurting that out at the anniversary dinner and her apologizing for it. So I wanted to, what did y'all think about that part of the accountability? It was a small conversation, but they were just giving accountability for what happened. Well,
I
she
like that
was. I'm sorry.
convo. I like that convo. I think she realized. I mean, the husband did not tell her, "Yo, she has not." Brandon has not shared this conversation with her, and so she did not have that information. If she had that information, then probably she would have done things differently. But I liked, her taking accountability, apologizing, but yet not apologizing. Says she still does not know exactly.
Right.
She still stands by what she said. But hopefully they move on.
So is John Bravo, is he becoming like an extra? Because he was in a confessional, and most of the time, to be honest, you're not in the confessional unless you are a cast member on the show. And I just
Yeah.
noticed that he was also at the wine, whatever, as you can see, and it's like, okay, so are you a part of the show? Because you even have a confessional scene in this episode. What y'all think
I
about
like.
that?
Yeah, let them add somebody else. But
Is
it's
he
not.
married?
I don't
Is
know
he a
because he
married?
was actually sitting by Anthony's wife. He was sitting by Anthony's wife. So I don't know who I didn't see him with anybody. I'm watching this now, and he's not with anybody. He's actually sitting with by Anthony now.
And he mentioned when they were at his club, he was like, well, we went forward at the picnic. So I was like, oh, he was at the picnic? Because I don't really remember them showing him at the picnic. So I was like, oh, okay. So they have including him in more scenes,
Mhm.
but I don't really understand the whole, like
Well,
how is he going to, how he's coming from. Because to me, if Christina heard him in the background, I don't know why she wouldn't just think that they were probably at his club because he owns that club. So I was like, so, but I think he seems cool so far. Like we don't really
Yeah,
know
me
that much
too. I don't
about him.
mind him. I don't
to me,
mind. But he might
reminds
not
me of
have been at the.
Winter.
He might not have been at the picnic. He might have been told, this went down at the picnic, and so he's referencing that.
No, he was at the picnic. I saw him because I watched this morning. He was at
You
the
saw
picnic.
him?
He was at the
Where was
picnic. He was
he?
sitting there. He was
But
just
but but
sitting.
he but he's an Ann Winter. That's who
You
he
want to
is.
know
He's
who
a
I think that we should
Who
call him? I think we call
I
him
said Winter. He's Winter.
Winter, or you remember Cedric on Love and Marriage Huntsville?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like Cedric. He's that extra person that
The
they're going to
plus
utilize
one.
to add drama into
The
the
plus one.
situation.
But they are friends. They are all friends. Yeah, they know each other.
They're all friends, yes. So at the wine dinner, we already know how it went down with the friend who went back and forth, baby. It was on and popping with the situation with her and Anthony. Now I do want to get into that a little bit because I look it, I wasn't ready for them to get into it. What's that noise? I wasn't ready to get
Sorry,
into
I'm
it.
standing
I'm like,
outside.
oh, you okay? I wasn't ready for them to get into it. What did you guys think about that? Because that was like, I was like, what is going on and why?
I
I
thought
was like, who
Anthony
is
was
this?
really disrespectful. It was a very simple
She was
question.
disrespectful too. Who is she to come here and
No,
tell
no,
you?
no.
I've invited you to my
Hold on,
business.
what?
I've
Okay,
Yes,
invited
let's
you
hold
that
on.
we are
Wait,
launching
Mott.
this. Who are you to come questioning me? Ah,
my, I'm a
stay in
you.
your
Like I'm
lane.
an adult with a
Hold on,
question.
y'all.
Like
Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
it's like I'm an adult with a
Hold on, y'all.
question.
Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know. You need to stay in your lane. Like you don't know who I am here. You don't know who I am. So it's like you still like a little girl. So you need to stay over there in your lane because you don't want to come over here with me. That's all I'm saying. So you don't know, so don't put me. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so one, it's clearly you're your feelings. You might be on your site.
Girl, please.
Ooh.
Don't go there. We vibe.
Very feminine.
We vibe.
Okay, first of all, not the cycle, but first of all, when she first initially asked the question, as a friend, she's sitting back. Now, I will say this: I don't know why she interjected herself into that. I know she's defending her friend, but that's for her husband to do. For you to sit there and say, "I don't," why are you asking my friend questions? So if he went a little too far with it. But for him to say, not stay in your place, like you should just say, "Look, we're having a discussion. Please, I don't need your." I don't know what I would have said because she shouldn't have
I
said anything.
think from my
I'm sorry.
perspective,
Okay.
he does do this deep dive into saving Brandon when Brandon needs to save himself. And it is really weird to see how he interjects himself into issues between Brandon and his wife as if he is defending Brandon Brandon's ability to go outside. I think it was a valid question, like, hey, why are you inserting yourself here? It's the same question that Russell had for his wife at the anniversary picnic, where he was like, look, why are you getting into these people's business? It's the exact same question. I just don't understand why Anthony believes that he is so upper echelon that he could talk down to people in the manner that he has.
And like I said, I didn't agree with some things he said. I feel like, and I'm gonna say this again, that she should not have interjected herself to
So
ask
what's she
Mary.
supposed to
Hold on, wait. That's her friend. I understand that, but this setting is really a private. I don't know who invited her. She invited her. You're a plus one, so plus one stays in plus one's place.
Exactly.
Let me ask you a question.
Mary.
Why do
Stay
you
where
think
you belong.
Hang on, y'all.
I don't know you. You stay over there.
Hold on, wait. This is married couple speaking about the situation that happened. She's not a part of the conversation. You weren't there for the event. You're not a part of their circle. You
Period.
should have said anything. I'm sorry. So go ahead, Mama.
Period. End of story.
From my perspective,
Hold
why
on,
do you think that she invited a plus one?
She is a plus.
She wanted back. She wanted back up. I knew why she was doing that. But you got your husband there. But you got your husband there. But you have your husband there.
Like, let's just be clear. She needs protection from her husband. He is not making her safe.
What?
He is weapon. He has given people, outside people,
So
information.
you're gonna go
If
get
he
a
did not
single
tell
girl.
Ma, hang on, baby. Because I want to hear your point, Ma. But hold on, Ma. Go ahead, Goody.
He has weaponized. Okay, one, he's outside moving foul. He's hiring, he's signing professional contracts with people, and that's a secret. That's one. That's wrong. He knew he didn't tell his wife. The second, that he told somebody outside of his union about it, outside of his union and within his circle about it, he has made it so that his wife has to defend herself against the stuff he's doing to her and how stupid she looks as a result of it. On top of that, Anthony is defending this man's right to go out and continue lying to him.
Right to speak up. Right to speak up, not
Right
to go
to
out.
speak up, or
Right to be able to speak up as a
Oh,
man.
Mod.
he should not have to.
I want to hear
That is
your whole point. Hold on.
That is a grown adult male. He
Okay,
should
so-
not need that defense from Anthony. But since Anthony wants to give him that defense, and now it becomes a 2 against 1, Anthony and Brandon versus Christina, she needed to bring back. She felt a need to bring back up. She brought back up, and the question the woman asked was not nasty or disrespectful. It was a question I'm sure everyone at the table had. Why are you so invested in these two people's union? It was a question that was asked at the anniversary picnic.
Okay, well, hold on. No, hold on.
It's not
Mod,
a
go ahead,
question.
Mod. Go ahead, Mod. Go ahead.
It is not a question that everybody on the table had. That's why she's
And
everybody
it was
knew.
asked in the previous.
No, it wasn't a question that, oh, why are you inserting yourself? That is not a question that Brandon would have asked, Beck, whatever, Bravo would have asked, Anthony's wife would have asked, even Christina herself would have asked. She's only starting now going to her confession because her friend has said, why are you, so invested in it? That's the only reason.
Christina asked at the anniversary.
And say those
Christina
things.
asked.
The reason why Brandon,
Hold on. But one at a time. Go ahead,
the
Mod.
reason why Anthony is speaking up is saying, yo, brother, are you able to stand up and say exactly what you mean? Because whatever you're doing is not long term. Why are you lying to your wife whenever your wife is asking you a question?
Mod, can somebody say Mr. Mod? Can somebody say Mr. Wad? Can somebody?
But goody. Let Mod get this out because I wanted you to get yours out, Mama. Go ahead, Mod.
The reason why Anthony is having this kind of man kind of group, whatever he calls it, men's what, whatever he's doing.
Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's bringing in all these men who are actually leaders or respected in whatever they are doing. But he's known him for 20 years. He has seen his potential. And if you're not gonna let this man get to his fullest potential, you're holding him back. And that's where Anthony is coming from. Anthony is not over here trying to say, advocating for them going out. No.
Wait, Ma, do you mean with the girl? You mean with the girl, Ma? What we're talking about? Me and Goody talking about or what? You confuse me. You talking about Anthony talking to the girl, right?
Huh?
What are you talking about? Me and Goody talking about the part where he's talking to the young lady who interjected.
No, I'm saying that girl. I already finished with the girl, and I said she was out of place. She never needed to question Anthony on anything. She did not even know that Anthony knew Brandon for over 20 years.
Right. I'm just telling you that's what we're talking about. But go. I wanted Erica to
Yeah,
get
that's
my
what I'm
point.
talking about. I'm just saying
Okay.
she
Okay.
was not supposed to be asking anything. You've been invited to an event by
Commission, bring it
the
back to
host.
me when you get a
At this
chance.
time, you're seated on the
I
table. You
am.
already
I'm
know
gonna. I want Erica to
husband and
go.
wife. They are the host of this. Put some respect on that. Okay.
Okay.
Don't come over here questioning and no. I was responding to Goody. I was telling Goody that whatever question that she was asking, I don't think anybody else who was seated on that table had the same question. They already knew.
Okay. Hold on, because this is a good conversation. Erica, please jump in. I know you're coming in real late to thing. I want you to jump in. What we're talking about. Then we'll get back to Goody.
Okay, so one, I don't think Christina needs backup because she has her foot on his neck. So she don't need nobody to back her up because she goes off like every scene. And two, her friend was doing exactly what she was accusing Anthony of doing, jumping in. Okay. So to me, what she said was offensive. It was disrespectful. He shouldn't have come at her. He did come back crazy, like you don't call her a little girl. And shout out to the producers who cut to the white server looking crazy, because that's when you know it's offensive. And but I was like, even the white woman was like, this is too much.
I tell you,
But
Erica, really?
but she should have never said anything, because like one, yeah, because she knew she was wrong. When you have to start off and say, I know I'm new here and I don't know you, then you
Yes,
probably
I
don't
was
need
like,
to be
who is
saying
this
it. If
girl?
that's how you're starting, you know you wrong
Yes.
going in. Okay, which she did. And it was like she could have just been like, and the difference I feel between this scene and the scene with Russell and his wife is Russell was talking to his wife. Like, this girl's talking to a man she don't know and was invited as an extra to his premises.
Mhm.
So it's like, or to him and his wife's event.
Right.
So it's like, how you coming in brand new?
Exactly.
You don't know nobody, trying to check. Like, no. I mean, I
And
assume
however,
that's
Anthony
what Christina
decides.
wanted, but no. Sorry,
And
no, I
however,
think that's what
Anthony-
Christina wanted, but I don't think it's right.
Sorry.
Go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead, Goody. Go ahead, Goody.
So a few things. These people celebrated 11 years of marriage. So that means if Anthony has known old boy for 20 years, he's known old boy for the 11 years of his marriage. So he knows how Brandon's moving suspect, because it is suspect when you're lying to your wife. That is one. Two, she needed protection because she brought protection. Nobody else brought a +1. Three, she did ask Anthony, why are you so invested in this relationship? At her anniversary dinner, Anthony is coming for her behind the way she navigates her marriage. Is the way she navigates her marriage correct? No, but Anthony's coming for her behind it. And he's not coming because he gives a damn about Brandon. He's known Brandon for all the years of his marriage. He's coming for her right now because Anthony's own personal issue is that he feels henpecked within his marriage. He feels like he has to be submissive within his marriage. And everyone's going to pay because he feels henpecked and less than in his marriage. He feels unsupported in his marriage. He feels voiceless in his marriage. So he's pretending to give a voice to Brandon when he should take that voice and sit with his wife, which we will see him do in a couple of weeks on that boat. And when he does have his voice to talk about how he's not supported and his wife is shaky, is quaky, and is crying.
Okay, I'm going to get...
Yes.
My opinion about that is that I don't agree with that. I think that Anthony, he's looking out for Brandon, or I'll look at it like this. I feel like he has his marriage a certain way. He may be upset about that, but that man is a man in his marriage. The way he rules his house, you can tell. And I also feel like because he rules his house a certain type of way, he wants Brandon to do the same thing, which that's not his place. That's how I feel about it. I feel like he wants Brandon to be like him. Brandon is not like him. That is why he inserts himself in it, because he wants to say, man, be like me. Stop letting your wife control your job. But I'm saying this is how I feel about it, and I was addressing each one of y'all, what y'all saying y'all opinion about it. And as far as I agree with Erica, literally almost to the T, that girl had no place of saying what she said. Y'all saying about backup because she had backup for
it's not
what?
a valid question.
Hold on. Wait, no. The question I didn't say wasn't valid. It wasn't her place to ask the question. She should not have said anything. You started out like Erica said, you're new. Why are you saying anything? It's your first time meeting these people. You should not have said a word. You are a +1 to a dinner you were not originally invited to by the main event planner. So you should sit in your seat, drink your wine, shut the hell up, and not say anything. And that's that on that.
So I have a question.
Hold on, wait, hold on, mama, hold on, baby. And
Okay.
Christina bought her back up. That's her choice. I understand that. But for what? That girl speaks her mind and say whatever. She had no problem with that. And another thing too, her man is there. I keep saying that. The union, how they talk about the plan and everything, her man gonna have her back. She don't need no friend to do that.
She doesn't
And
have
she-
her
no,
back.
but what I'm saying is she has her own back as well. That woman is a very strong black woman. It's weird to me that she feels that her friend has to be there. So I don't understand that dynamic at all because she presents herself as so strong. I feel like her friend should have said anything. She got shut down. She got shut down like she should have been.
So with regard to her friend not saying anything, and you know, I know the dispositions I'm dealing with now. If I'm sitting in a space and I feel like something's happening and it's going left, I'm not going to shut up because I'm new. I'm going to say what I think, and I'm going to be respectful. She wasn't nasty or disrespectful. She said
It depends on the topic, though.
It does not.
On the topic.
It does not.
She had a nice tone, but she was absolutely disrespectful.
When
Absolutely
disrespectful.
if you
Nice,
see,
she was nice,
if
nasty.
you see an egregious act, or if you see something that does not
Oh my
align,
gosh, are we now talking
for
about that? That is
principle.
grievous.
When you see
Those are
something
two
that does
different
not
things.
align, I don't shut up just because I'm trying to keep it cute. I don't care where
He wasn't abusing her. He wasn't doing anything crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
None
Why
of
are
that was
Do
going
we
on.
agree that they record for longer than we see?
No, I'm talking about, okay, look, I don't give a care. I'm not going to put him a black man. I'm not going to put that out there. There's no evidence to show that he's doing anything to her besides really and truly, you want to say abuse? If anything, the way it look, she is controlling him, to be honest. He needed back up.
He's
No,
out
I'm
of
saying
control.
he needed back up. So
He's
no,
out of control of himself.
no, what I'm saying,
He
my
is not in control of his.
no, what I'm saying is there was no,
Brandon
hold
is
on,
the
goody.
relationship.
There was no evidence to show that he's doing anything to her. What we're saying is he had an emotional affair. He hurt her really bad. Why is your friend here? For what? What is she going to add to the conversation besides saying, why are you interjecting in the conversation? Man, not your place.
Take the lens off of Christina and her friend for a second. Does it look good for this man's wife for the way he's speaking down to this woman? Little girl.
Oh, come on.
Wait, hold on.
Why does it have to be like
Mad. I don't agree with the terminology little girl. Okay? I'm going to say that. I don't. But I do. Said, hold on. Wait. I'm saying he went deep in the rabbit hole with his response to her. But again, I'm going to say this. She brought her ass in it. Do not open the door. You are not ready to deal with the fight.
Exactly. Don't
y'all are more comfortable with the idea of him sitting down there and berating this woman about the things that go on within her marriage. Mind you, he's known old boy for 11 years, but if you let him tell it, he didn't know about the quote unquote history.
Okay, good. And let me ask you a question. So when the statement was made, Christina never even had the opportunity to speak. She immediately responded as if he was talking to her. He was talking to Christina. Christina never even had the opportunity to speak. She jumped in. So I'm trying to understand.
I don't remember it that way. I feel like Christina did have a response.
No, ma'am. She sat there. When he said what he said, unless the scene was cut off, but I watched the scene. I just watched it again. When he said what he said, she jumped in and said, and like I said, she wasn't yelling, but she said, I know I'm new here. Christina was eating. So Christina didn't even have the opportunity to say anything. She automatically responded. Why? He wasn't berating her and yelling at her.
I'm just curious as to
like
why we have this perspective that it's okay for Anthony to have.
Wait a minute. Why are you saying that it's okay for him to talk to her like that? I didn't say that.
No, not that. That's not what I'm saying. I didn't finish the sentence.
Okay.
Why do we have the idea that it's okay for Anthony to be as invested in somebody else's?
They are friends. They've been friends for 20 years.
I don't care.
Wait,
Maude, your friends cannot come and tell Mr. Maude and Mrs. Maude how to navigate their
Goody, who said that? Wait, hold on. I think something to me. Goody, I never said that any of that was okay. My final statement, I'm gonna stand on it. Lil Mama shouldn't have said nothing. She shouldn't have said it. That had nothing to do with how I feel about him interjecting her relationship. I only said the reason. I think I gave the why, but the why was I
He's
felt like because he
invested.
wants Brandon to be like him. That's my why. I
But
didn't say
that's
it was
crazy
okay.
to me because Brandon
But
can't.
I'm saying,
Brandon's
Goody,
not man enough to be.
but
He
Goody,
makes
I'm
the measure
responding
of
to
a
what you're
man.
saying. Goody, I'm responding to what
Mhm.
you're saying. What I'm saying is, I don't think it's okay. But my whole thing is, she shouldn't have interjected and said anything, because if a man is talking to a wife in a way that's disrespectful, the husband's place is to say something, or the wife enough
Did
for
the
herself.
husband say anything? That's the next
She
question.
didn't give him the opportunity, ma'am. She
Did
didn't
he
give him the
say
opportunity
anything at
either.
any point in time?
She jumped in and started talking before anybody can respond. Christina
He
or
has
Brandon.
yet. He has yet to say anything at any point in time
About what,
to
Goody? About what?
defend his wife. He hasn't said, I have done things to cause my wife to feel this way. He has deflected and shifted
He
the
said,
blame on
good, he
other
said,
people for his wrongdoings. He is
Goody,
wrong to lie to his wife. He is
Goody,
wrong to work to move like a teenager in his
Goody.
marriage. That
He
is him.
said, he said when they were there, and Anthony is saying, have you guys tried therapy? He said they have tried therapy. They've been doing therapy. And then he
But
said
another
that he has
question I have,
realized, he said
another
he
question
realized
I
that,
have
huh?
is why are we going to talk about the fact that Anthony came around and did the same thing Russell did by when you are a liar within your union, you make everyone else, you put everyone else in a predicament, because men who do not lie, men who tell their truth, talk freely, and when you talk freely, the person who's lying is going to be revealed. Anthony was put in a position by Brandon as well.
Goody, I love you, babe. I'm gonna tell you
Position.
something. Hold on, Goody. I love what you're saying, but you are not. You are moving away from what I've said. I'm not saying that his actions were correct. Even that, because you keep saying, "Are we not going to?" I don't. I haven't even said my statement on that. I'm gonna stay where I'm standing. She was wrong. That was not
I'm
the
not
place.
mad at her.
No. The girl, the friend.
Yeah,
Now,
I know. I'm not mad at the friend. Say what you got to say.
no, I'm saying I'm not. I'm agreeing with what he not. I'm sorry. I'm not agreeing with his actions. All of that stuff that you mentioned. I am agreeing with the fact. I'm sorry. I am saying the fact of the matter is, girl, you are a guest here. There are married, grown people talking. He called you a little girl because your actions was like a little girl. You jumped in and spoke before even the husband and wife could say anything. Who are you to say anything? That ain't your marriage
I
or
feel
your friendship.
like
Hold on, wait. That ain't your marriage or your friendship, ma'am. You're new to the table. You shouldn't have said anything. And regardless of what anybody says, that man ain't doing nothing to beat her. He ain't doing nothing wrong. That's the only time a friend steps in. If something crazy is happening or she been disrespected. That wasn't that case. They were having a heated discussion. You jumped in. It wasn't your place. I stand
the
on that.
question she asked is the same question that Christina herself asked at her
But you're not the wife. Hold on, mama. You keep saying that, but she isn't the wife or the girlfriend or the close friends of the family.
She's
Who
the
is she to
one
say
who brought
anything?
her. Common sense for me dictates that she had the same discussion with her homegirl. Like, yo, this dude gets into my business. He gets into the weeds in my business, and I'm not quite sure why. So, a very
Hold on, common sense tell you that we all figured that part out. So again, I'm gonna say this: she's still wrong, regardless of what's going on. I don't care if Christina told her you show up here and something go down, you say something. I don't care. She's still wrong.
Unfortunately, we see in the next episode, Christina still confiding in this little girl, telling the little girl that
I think that
this
we
is
are
what is
doing
going
her a
on.
disservice by calling her a little girl. She
I'm
did
not
not
calling her little girl. I'm telling you about. Well, I'm not. I give people my.
She
I give people
deserves
my.
it. Yes, she deserves
did
it.
not
Her
present
actions
herself
were
as a
of
little
that
girl.
of a little girl. Yes, I say
No,
it. Mother from Mama had said it and called her the little girl. Now go ahead.
She did not present herself as a little girl, and to
Yes, she
demean
did.
her just because she had a question is bizarre.
Well, no, but the thing is, even though she may have said it nicely, it was offensive. Absolutely. And it was disrespectful to him.
I'm
That's
not
the
a
first
married
thing.
woman, but I'm going to
Yes,
ask people who've been
you can
married.
have your opinion or whatever, but one, yeah, if Christina was like, get out of my marriage, fine. Okay. Brandon was like, nah, man, stay out of my marriage. Fine.
Already get out of
But
my
you're
marriage.
sitting there,
And if
you're
Christina
sitting
would
there,
have,
then
Hold
no.
on, let
Like,
Erica talk. Let Erica talk. Erica talk. Go ahead, Erica.
no, so to me, like, one, it was offensive. So two, now should he have called her a little girl? That too was offensive. But she took it like a pro. She basically called him a B. Like, you must be on your cycle.
Mhm.
So they both went low and lower. You know what I'm saying? So all of it was crazy. But at the end of the day, he was defending his friend. For one, I agree with you, Kamisha. Maybe he wants his friend to be more like him, or maybe he just wants his friend to communicate better and stand up like a man and lead his family, which he's just not doing. And I can see where he would be bad mouth because he doesn't. I think he's afraid of Christina. Like he afraid. You know, he's making up stories and all this other stuff. And she is constantly, to me, it seems like grating on his nerves. Okay. So he is going to get to a point like, okay, why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? You doing all this and the person is constantly calling you. She bored. What are you doing? Where are you at? Like, who is going to live like that? I mean, it just sounds
They're
oppressive.
the 2 children, right? They have 2 children?
Who?
Yeah, 2 beautiful girls.
Okay, they have 2 beautiful girls.
Mm-hmm.
When you are out and you're not telling me where you are, right?
But
Mhm.
good.
And I'm
Can
home
we
taking
agree the
care of
reason why
those
I'm
2
not?
children, and I'm an influencer. We all endeavor to create content, so we all know how difficult it is to
Mhm.
consistently create content.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If he's just out in the world and she's trying to call him and he's not answering the phone, and when he answers, he's ambiguous and he's lying, the question really becomes, dude, are you doing something that's going to add value to the household, or are you just out at the club doing what are you doing?
And
And
that's a question.
Okay,
That's a good
and that
question.
you can ask me when I get back home, but please do not blow up my phone all night. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I don't think
Erica.
why you
Oh,
keep
yeah.
taking her calls.
No
Send her
man
a
or woman
voicemail.
is
Talk
right.
to her when you get back home. I can't
And
do
not
this.
even when I get
And
home,
to
but
your
even
point,
before I
Erica,
leave.
no
Wait,
man
it's
or
at
woman
the
is
same
right.
time. It's too many guests at the same time. Hold on. Okay, so I want to say this. Then Erica, I want to go to Mod. This is what I'm gonna say. Goody, I feel what you are saying because I know you're looking at it like the friend is there, something's going on. She should just jump in and say something regardless of what. Girl, you're not in danger. Don't blink your eye. You are okay. It's not that serious where she should say anything. I just don't think it's that serious. The actions of the married couple who say this, who say that, we can all go back and forth all day if we want to. But at the end of the day, that girl, that part of the circle, nobody was in danger. She shouldn't have said anything. I don't care what nobody say. I will tell that in the interview. You should have said not one word. I'm not calling a little girl, but just person like that. But I feel like your actions was very childish, and you were doing nice, nasty how you approach the situation, and you should have just kept quiet. Now he would have went off and choked her, hit her, did something crazy, and the husband didn't say anything. Then okay, yeah, do something. But again, neither one of them who are in the marriage didn't speak up. So why are you?
I think they're both soft in that marriage, if you ask me.
And when Christina was asking, when Anthony responded to Christina and said, "Yo, Christina, I just want you to understand that we were in that club, just talking business, and at that
Okay,
point there was an understanding.
Mhm.
There was an understanding at
But
that
Oh
point.
yeah, right. I get what you're saying, Maud. I get what you're saying. I get what
There
you're
was an
saying. Yes.
understanding at this point.
Yeah,
So
but I don't care if you're talking business if you've already lied to. I called you and asked you a direct question and you
okay, but
lied.
Goody, you
And then you
talked
got
about.
accomplices in the lie. And one of the accomplices in the lie is coming at me crazy right now about you can't marry.
Anthony, how is Anthony? Anthony did not know that.
Mind your
He did not
business. That's
share.
my thing, Anthony. Mind your business, Anthony. Don't worry about what's going on over here. If you don't know the history, then you ain't gonna be really good on knowing the future.
But if
So
okay, but Goody, if the problem was resolved, why would you say something to keep the fire going?
I don't think the problem's resolved.
If we would
When a man, I feel like when a man hesitates to have a direct and transparent, honest discussion, the problem is never resolved. That's why we are in this revolving door of dysfunction that leads to reality TV. I dig it.
But
Right?
what? But is a wine tasting party that she has a moment for a friend who is new and a +1 to ask a question is going to ignite and spark more fun.
Was it the moment for the lie to come out? Because that's what the real issue is.
No, but
the
you're
real issue is the lie.
You're avoiding this question because she still is not part of the circle, ma'am.
I know she's not part of the circle, but
I'm gonna tell you something else. You're trying to get a moment, in my opinion. They ain't no friendship thing. You're trying to get to us. Yes, you were because you weren't a part of it, ma'am.
You know your good girlfriend is a little bit here.
Girl, good girlfriend. Yes, that girl is.
Like if you know your good girlfriend
is running it.
Hold on, you said
Goody. You just Goody. You said earlier that she is like, all of us would say she's strong. She said whatever, running over her. So how is it that she can't handle a conversation
She
with
clearly
Anthony?
can't. She clearly can't. She started
She
crying at the
the last
anniversary.
episode.
At the party would have been done. I don't care if we had the lavender fields. Yo, you are a liar. You are on top of being a liar. You are spreading the lie across around our circle of friends, and I'm the last to know. Oh, this party's done. Instead, she's not that strong. Instead of being that strong, that whole party would have been done. I wouldn't have been dancing with him. And his only reason for continuing the party is because he invested so much time in planning the party. It would have been over. It would have been over. But instead of being over, she had to eat that the same way she had to eat his emotional relationship, the same way she has to eat the fact that he's a gosh darn liar. Gosh darn it. Shout out to my guy from Bell Collect.
Jason. So
to me, if
Go
a
ahead, Ma.
marriage is not based on trust, that marriage is, I don't care how many chapters of the Bible you're reading on TV. If you don't trust your dude, it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I mean, you have to be having so much time to be even thinking of, oh my gosh, it's a FaceTime call. I have to call him. I mean, and we cannot keep saying that, they have two little children. Listen, Anthony, all of them, they really have little children.
Yeah, he had to bring his ass home
All
to
of
take
them
care
have
of the kids.
Huh?
Anthony had to bring his ass home to take care of them kids.
When? Oh, from Atlanta.
So, yo, you gotta come home. I'm working in the hospital, B. You need to come home and cut this lettuce.
But okay, you know what? You okay, I'm gonna make a point about that. When Anthony was there, that man was in the kitchen. I'm sorry. That might be funny, but yeah, he's cutting lettuce. He's making food.
I love that for him.
I love that whole thing.
He doesn't.
You have to wait. Hold on. Let me get this out.
He doesn't love it for him.
Hold on. Good. You have to. That is a wonderful thing. So the same thing with hold on. The same thing with what's the name? Akia was saying on Bell Collective. Regardless of the fact that the woman does all this, you need that assistance when you have those kids. And I love that. Brandon isn't doing that. Again,
that's why Anthony's not happy doing it. That's why
Let me get this out. I think that Anthony wants Brandon to be like him. I'm going to stand in that as well. He looks himself as a good man. He's himself. I created the whole men's fan or whatever. I'm a good dude. I came home with my wife. I take care of this. I want you to do the same thing and not let somebody put you down. And that's the way Anthony, I'm not speaking for Anthony, I'm saying for what I'm saying. That's what
Anthony, we cannot say that. We cannot say that, Anthony was not happy.
Anthony's trying to recreate the Kevin Samuels movement. Y'all can stay here and say that don't got nothing to do with him being bitter about being in that kitchen when he cutting that lettuce.
Why is that bitter though? I don't.
It's you know what's bitter? When you try to recreate this Kevin Samuels thing and try to empower men to go and speak to their wives in a way that they shouldn't be speaking. He should just say, be honest.
Come on.
I'm not.
This is the second episode.
I'm actually creating
the second episode.
Hold on,
Anthony has not stopped down to the wife.
And I love stuff
like that. Then they have Marceau Scott. I know you love that being a guest speaker.
I knew you were gonna get there. I knew you were gonna get there, but we haven't seen Marceau. We haven't seen Marceau from Huntsville do any kitchen household. Anthony is different. Anthony is
Marceau is actually a better cook than Letitia.
Okay, but the thing is though, Brandon is weak. Okay, like he's weak. So I mean, maybe he does need a movement. I mean, I'm just gonna say he needs something because he can't speak up. And to me, I'm like, even if you look at, that's probably how he had the emotional affair in beginning, because she is riding him and he doesn't have the nerve to stand up to her. So he is speaking to other people. At this point, at least now it's his boys, but before it was his artist. And if she continues, then I mean, we can see where
Anthony
I want freedom for her from this marriage to this weak dude.
Anthony reminds me
of the
weak
ass marriage.
Anthony reminds me of those men who've been married, but because your wife is very strong, Christina is not that strong though. But if your wife is not listening to you, or your wife is not giving you this respect, then you have a side chick here who is adoring you, who is ready to listen, who is encouraging you in everything that you. And so, it's not necessary that you really want to be with this side chick, but because she's giving you all the things that you're lacking in your marriage. And I think that's where Brandon is talking about emotional, because at home it's dry. That's dry. You cannot do it 2, 3 things before your wife is calling you, FaceTiming you, asking you all these questions. But then you have a side chick here, a side chick who is an artist that you have signed. She's ready to talk to you about stuff, be open, be vulnerable with you, and she's ready to listen without questioning anything, just there to listen to you. And that's something that he's lacking. Like nobody is listening to him. And,
There does exist a man who comes with the preconceived notion that the woman in his life is not going to understand anyway, so he's going to lie. And I believe that
that's
that's what
true.
Brandon
That's
has rooted his marriage in, and as a
right.
result of rooting his marriage in it, he's unable to move back from that and actually come and have real conversation because he's a liar.
I'm not
But I
gonna
don't
talk.
know if they are doing therapy at this point. I mean, I don't know.
Okay. At the end of the day, again, we don't see a lot of the conversation from beginning to end because we know there's editing. We all know that as well. So we don't know everything that happened from first part, whatever. I'm pretty sure they're all gonna speak on it on their lives, interviews, and all these things. But I'm just saying the fact that I said that, oh girl, shouldn't have said
Yeah.
anything. And we've already established that. I know we had different opinion about that. But the next episode, yes, Anthony's going to break down, and I really want to hear the why. Why did he break down and feel like he didn't have the support? And I'm also curious to know what she's going to say in response, Doctor. Why, whatever. I just want to hear it before I
Mm-hmm.
make judgments on
Yeah.
this man. For a man to break down and cry like that, and feel he didn't have any support, like, that's heavy for me. I'm gonna come on here and say this thing. I'm gonna say this too as well. I'm creating a men's panel because I don't think that men are allowed to be comfortable and say things that they want to say. They are penalized for speaking their mind. Now, and I
Mm-hmm.
I am a firm independent woman. It was raised by one, even though she was married. My father wanted my mom and us to know that life, independence. So I say that they were still old school, but you know what I'm saying. But so for me, a man should be open to say his opinion. Okay, he
Mm-hmm.
should not feel uncomfortable. Black men especially are penalized for
They
their
do it
opinion.
to
So
themselves.
I'm going to no, I do not agree with that, ma'am. I do not.
I
I'm not
don't
saying
agree.
it. I have not.
This is
Hold on,
where
wait,
I'm
wait,
going.
wait. I have to support. I have to support the black man. I'm raised by a powerful one,
I
and
was
so
raised by one as well.
and it's I'm going to continue to do this. And my panel hasn't even started yet. So when the panel does start, I'm going to be like the mediator. I want men to just have a discussion. I want to get a men's opinion.
I
Women,
was raised by a
women,
black man, and I'm
women,
raising a black
goody,
man
goody. You
with
gotta
a
let me
black
talk,
man.
mommy. You gotta let me talk, goody. But women are always having their opinion. We have our opinion. We're very opinionated, which is fine. But it ain't all about Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace. I know everybody don't like the man. I know he's dead. But I'm just saying, respect the spirit. They're not all like him. If a man's being a strong and being condescending and being all misogynistic, I don't agree with that. But I still want to hear, have the conversation. Maybe there's a resolution through the conversation. I'm a big person about talking things out and breaking things down.
I also
Let's
advocate
go
for the
by that.
same, but I have advocated for the same. People who know me, have discussions. If you cannot handle a tough discussion with me,
Mhm.
that's on you, sir. But I open the floor for
Mhm.
transparent, honest discussion. When I hear something I don't like, I don't respond by telling men that they're less than men or
Right.
any of these things
Okay.
that emasculate. I don't emasculate men for their opinions.
Okay.
I try to hear them out and see where they're coming from and try to offer a different differing opinion. That said, men do it to themselves by assuming that everyone is going to have a problem with what they say. And if I were a man and as a woman, I don't give a damn what anybody feels about what I have to say. If you need me to be a villain rooted in my principles and what I have said, then I will be that villain. And while I understand and I have seen black men specifically double down or lie or become less strong versions of themselves as a result of being afraid to say the truth. I've seen it, but I don't advocate for that because I'm not doing it. Yeah, I'm a black woman, and people say when I have my opinion, it's aggressive or it's this, it's that. I don't care. Let it be whatever it is, but you will 100% know where you stand with me, and you will 100% understand my truth. Anyone who is hiding from their truth or burying their truth in an effort to be well received, that's on you.
Oh Lord.
She
Okay.
said what she
So
said.
she said what she said. So that's fine. And that's fine to even have that opinion. I'm just saying for me, Commission Reviews, speaking for me, I'm gonna have this panel and I want to see how this goes. I want to hear the men's opinions. And that's just how, I feel about it. I want to have a panel and a platform where men are comfortable, and I'm talking to bloggers and I'm talking to men for TV shows, that they have their opinion, and I want to talk about different topics, not about TV shows, just topics in general, and to hear a man's opinion, because it's not gonna be the same as us. And to
I
have
would
a
I
discussion.
would suggest, or I would request, that you make sure that you vet correctly, because every man with an opinion is not necessarily a man who has given good thought to it. Uh,
Goody,
Side
goody,
that, yeah.
goody. I mean, I don't. I'm saying for me, for everything that I do, that's how I do things, regardless of whatever project I'm doing. I'm going to vet a
Well,
person before.
that wasn't a shot at
Why
you.
it take?
That was
Oh, okay.
not
That's
it.
why it saved me so long to even do it.
That was like, because a lot of men pick up a microphone and just start talking. Sometimes they're spouting things that they read and they didn't research. A lot of people are running around here unhealed, misunderstood, and they're the ones misunderstanding themselves and their actions. I wish you well with that panel, but you want to need all the prayer you could get. Because I don't doubt that it'll be a success.
Erica.
I don't doubt that it'll go viral. But
I mean, I think it'll be good, and because there's other people that I follow, like there's these comedians, Abba and Preach, and so they have a good and interesting male perspective that I don't always agree with, but they come at it from a place that's researched and intelligent or whatever. And basically, their thing is, men don't get a pass, women don't get a pass. So it would be, I think it is a good and a commendable idea to have a panel to hear the other side instead of just all sort of the loudness of like the red pill people. So I think it'll be great. It'll be interesting.
I think that's about to be a hit show.
I think
Yeah.
so. She's
Viral.
gonna be.
That's about to be viral as hell.
I know. By herself, Kamisha by herself, she can go
Yeah, that's
viral
what
by
I
herself.
know. It's
So
gonna
then
be.
when you add other people, you can only imagine how that is gonna be.
You said by myself. What now? I missed it. I'm sorry. What happened?
You go viral by yourself. When you add all these components to the mix, child, you about to just be ready for your 100K.
I'm always trying to go viral. Y'all know that it's a natural thing for me.
But this is gonna be fun, you guys. This is gonna be fun.
I'm gonna beat it.
Look, the whole thing with Samoa, I ain't know it'll go that way either, but it is what it is. Like, I just it happens for the queen. Commission Reviews. Period.
Can we address the fact that even though Brandon and Christina seem to be at the forefront of the dysfunction, that there's a level of dysfunction going on in each of the marriages rooted in the same thing, the men not saying what they need to say?
That's why I feel they all need a movement, girl. I mean, if it's only for him and his 4 friends on this show, I was like, well, all of them need somebody to speak for them. They need a group. They need to pay some dues. They need a meeting.
But I thought Colby's marriage, I think they're able to communicate, no?
They're able to communicate, but he still did 2 weeks of divinity school without telling his wife that. I mean, that's a big move.
I know, and I'm like, was he on scholarship? Like, you don't just show up and go to class. Like, what are you talking about? I'm so confused now. Like, who paid the bill for the divinity school? Yeah, were you hiding in the bathroom online? Like, how did she not know? Where did she think you were those evenings? Like, I had so many backup questions. Really, like, what do you mean?
Did you have to write essays? And when you spoke to my father, did you tell my father not to tell me that you spoke to my father? What's going on here?
So yeah, so I agree. They all sort of have their own sort of communication issue within their marriage for sure. Because it's like, okay, if did God tell you to hide in the bathroom and get on Zoom for your class? Like, I'm not sure. What is the Lord telling you specifically? Let's be specific.
What's this gonna mean for the bottom line for our men? Oh, and on top of that, you're gonna become a pastor who owns a gym. Oh, we about to own a gym?
Yeah.
Really?
Right. Again, who's paying for the gym, boo? Like, did you get a gym grant?
The Bible talks about
Where's
The
the
Bible
money
talks
for the
about
gym?
me being a protector, me being a provider. So don't question my
Hey,
moves.
hey guys. So let's go ahead. Let's give um the
Synopsis.
final because I gotta get. I'm trying to plan this stuff this week. I know my birthday week, and I hope for it to love. So I got
Yeah,
some.
happy
I have to take care of some
birthday.
business. So what's final thoughts? Let me give you. Well, let's start with everybody. I'm do my last. Erica, because you came in late and I want you to give me your final thoughts about this episode, please.
Okay, the final thoughts are yeah, like I think Brandon, your therapist needs to be fired because I'm not sure what she's doing in these sessions that you're supposedly having. Although I don't like Anthony's, I don't like the way he degraded women. I do feel like this little group of Detroit men, they do need a movement. So, continue your movement. And I think it has been an engaging show. And then also, even though he said it the wrong way, you do have to be careful about how you pick your friends, because if your friends don't know how to move when you're with your man or whatever, and when is the time to step in and when is the time to tell you on the side, like, okay, that wasn't right, then you need to work it out with your girl so she knows how not to cause even more confusion.
Okay, Maud.
Christina, please don't come over here reading one chapter, two of the Bible again. If the marriage is not based on trust, that you wearing a bonnet and acting like it's not gonna do it. Anthony, keep doing that. Keep doing that. Don't back down. If a girl is giving you the energy, give back that energy, 100%. All right. Brendan, yeah, you gotta have to be speaking up because you cannot continue lying and lying and lying to your wife. Just the basic questions. Where are you? I'm at the club. What are you doing? I'm in the session. This girl has paid so much money to be in this session. This is what I'm doing. And the pastor wants to be a pastor. Yes, go ahead. I am here for it. Okay. He's tall. He's a black man, chocolate. Okay. He'll be preaching and people will be listening. Go ahead.
Mm. Oh, go ahead, Goody.
Final thoughts. If you do not want to have any accountability or desire to be honest and transparent, stay out of marriage, because I think that marriage should have transparency and accountability. Um, and that's for all of the couples, because I believe Anthony is holding a lot of resentment for being in Detroit instead of Atlanta. Um, I think this is a good show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in. It's messy and it has all the same themes of all the other love and marriage shows in the series. I think that the He Man Haters Club is, while they do need something, I think they should be leaning on the word, Erica. They should be leaning on the word. Because when they start leaning on what they know, they're gonna all put themselves in a conundrum. I suggest that Christina do lean on the word, because eventually God is either going to tell her to stay or God is going to tell her to go. But if she read one chapter a day in her bonnet, she gonna hit the chapter that hit her heart, and she gonna get to the point where she has full understanding of what her next steps need to be.
This was a response to not to my comment, but of the whole thing.
And yeah, I feel you. Like
Jesus Christ.
I think she needs to continue to lean on the word. I would never suggest that people not lean on the word. Eventually, she gonna find the right words. I don't think she found them yet. Um, yeah,
Okay. Okay. So for me, I'm gonna say this. The dynamic with the couples it's a lot, but I love it because it's something different. We've been watching other shows and we're on to a different journey. It's fine, and we're not going to agree on everything, which is also fine. But I like the strong men. We may disagree a little bit on that. 'Cause I like strong men that can control their household, with yet having an independent wife. It's possible to be on that line. It's
Yeah.
possible to accomplish both. Okay. And so for me, I just look forward to seeing the journey. I know it's only beginning. We're only seeing a glimpse, a small glimpse of these people's lives and their marriages. We don't know the ins and outs of everything. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing the interviews and seeing the live. They do live at the on Instagram. I'll be watching this Friday. I have to work most time, but I'm on vacation, so I better look at it this Friday to see who's going live. So, guys, it was a good live, great discussion.
Wait, can I just say something? Quick one.
Go ahead, make it quick.
Yeah.
I to respond to what Good is saying, I'm not saying that you're not supposed to be reading your Bible and doing that. I'm saying if a marriage is not based on trust, then I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work out if it's not based on trust. That's all. That's all.
Okay, so tell me y'all really quick, what do y'all have going on as far as your channels, and then we're gonna end this.
Well,
Should
for
I
me,
start?
Love During Lockup is coming back on, so that's one of my favorites. So I will be reviewing that, and I think before the 90 days, a couple things. So yeah, go ahead.
Oh my gosh, Erica,
My-
before the 90 days is fun. I like it too. I am doing, of course, Detroit. I am doing Ready to Love Dallas is coming up. I'm doing Huntsville. And of course, I'm waiting for DC and everything else, hot topics that come up, and I'm feeling affectionate or, inclined to comment. That's all about Mother from Mama, the undisputed African queen. Go ahead and subscribe.
good. What you got going on your channel?
Goody good boy Gabs. I'm willing to show up to anybody's thing and cause disruption and talk my shit.
Seems to be the theme for today. Go ahead, Goody. Continue.
Yeah, again,
Storm was Goody today, y'all. The storm was Goody. The Goody storm came through.
Oh yeah, y'all should know I was drinking banana pudding moonshine.
Goody storm entered today, y'all. The first time
I was
Yes,
drinking moonshine,
Goody came for violence today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking moonshine, y'all. This is why I tell y'all.
Oh Jesus! Oh, that's what I'm like. What is going on?
Banana pudding flavored.
I'm like, it's just boom everywhere. Like,
Kamisha was like, hold on. I'm like, oh, okay.
Pardon
It's
self.
not me.
Don't play my heart, play the moonshine.
I was like, hold up, Goody. First of all, you're not going to overtalk me. So I was like, no, ma'am.
It was fun.
This is why I try to do everything sober.
I was over here laughing though. I was like, what's going on with my girls today?
I'm like, Kamisha's fine with us disagreeing.
She said what now? She said what? What happened?
Kamisha's fine with us disagreeing. Let's go. But sip. Kamisha's fine with us disagreeing. Sip.
I'm like, wait, hold up. Girl, let me get this out. Goody, I have to talk to ma'am. Okay, conversation.
I mean,
you go, I go.
This is why I try to do everything. Y'all be like, "You where's your tray?" I'm drinking water, man.
It was good though. I love it.
I know me. I'll be doing. I think I want to do Detroit because.
Okay, I think you should, ma'am. I think you should.
Detroit. I'm going to do. I'm going to have to research what I'm going to do, but I'll be around.
I keep telling you, Erica and Goody, y'all both. I told Dina, Cruise Summer on Hulu is something you guys should dig into. It's
Which
y'all
show?
type of flavor. Cruise Summer on Hulu.
Okay.
Oh, Cruel Summer. Okay, yeah. I will. I've been moving, and then my mom. I was dealing with a lot of health things with my mom, so it's been crazy. But I have officially moved in. I haven't unpacked, but I moved in, so I will be ready to rock and roll. So, and I'm actually in LA hosting a family reunion this weekend, so it was fun. So I will be heading back to the tomorrow.
You should have vlogged a lot of that stuff. I'm not gonna start fussing. Okay, so y'all should vlog it. Okay, I'm gonna say this to y'all before I get off here. Vlog your summer trips. Vlog it. If you don't have content, vlog it. I'll tell you this. Oh my god, I'm not gonna fuss. Anyway, I'm done. Okay, so
I'm gonna vlog the moonshine.
You should have vlogged that. You should have had it in the background saying Kamisha doesn't even know what's happening. So I am finna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go live tonight. Tell y'all what's going on the weekend. It's birthday. It's Ready to Love premiere going on. My dress should be here tomorrow. It's a lot happening. So we'll talk about that on the live later on. But I'm finna go, y'all. Love y'all.
All right, bye, buddy.
Bye.